Hello, welcome to Wolf Moon Craft's Book Corner. Today for Feature Friday, we're presenting Captive Dragon by Elisa Rae. It is book 1 in the Dragons of Reverie series, and is categorized as a Romantasy, Noblebright Fantasy Romance. First, let's read the back of the book cover information. Storm, born of an esteemed lineage, avoids the violent politics of his species until the power struggle comes to him. After being attacked while traveling home, he overcame his assailant. Wounded and vulnerable, Storm retreats into a cave to heal, only to be woken from a healing sleep by a band of cutthroats intent on taking his hide. Selah has been kidnapped. The thugs wanted an elven mind healer, but she is only an apprentice. Now her captors are insisting she slay a dragon for them by addling its mind. To refuse means death for her, but to comply would be death of a different kind. Captive Dragon is a Noblebright Fantasy Romance novel about a relationship between a dragon shifter and a warrior elf. It features an alpha/cinnamon roll of a reluctant hero and his feisty heroine being forced into close proximity on a road trip to figure out both their pasts and futures. Now onto a sample of the story. Chapter 1. Storm. I was dying. The ache in my bones made me restless, but I lacked the strength to move. Pain, deep and throbbing, paralyzed my limbs. The tear in my wings stung, sharp and unrelenting, but it didn't rival the burning in my eye. I shivered against the growing chill in my limbs. Dragon's bane was relentless. Only time remained before the poison quenched my internal fire, and then my heart would stop beating. In the meantime, I endured the delusions that Dragon's Bane forced on my mind. Memories, nightmares, recollections of long dead and newly dead friends. Scenarios, both fictional and real, played out in my mind's eye, twisting and turning so that every situation turned toxic. Hate, anger, and bitter regret churned through my being. I groaned deep in my chest and longed for the coming end. Anything to stop this torture. As I drifted in and out of consciousness, fighting to maintain vigilance until the end, the sound of a plaintive whine cut through my tortured thoughts. I cracked my good eye open. Beggar. My voice vibrated painfully in my throat. The dark brown dog with floppy ears sitting in my line of sight brightened up. He hopped onto all 4 of his paws and shook himself. A cloud of dirt and grit exploded from his coat. I closed my eyes again, too tired to care. The dog nudged my talons. I slit my eye open again. His thick brown tail whipped back and forth as he watched me. He was a solid creature, though surprisingly agile. He whimpered and did a strange backward shuffle, as though encouraging me to follow him. No, my lungs ached, irritated by the poison that I had accidentally breathed in the day before when I incinerated the foolish fae that attacked me. Or had it been mere hours ago? I found I didn't care. My head throbbed. With a bark, Beggar bounced on his 2 front paws and then glanced over his shoulder before he whined and turned in a tight circle. My eyelid dragged downward as my ability to fight the poison ebbed. The acidic scent of Dragon's Bane filled my senses in a rush. Yet another sign the poison was permeating deeper into my body. Go, I told the dog. At least he could escape. He can't. They're guarding the door. The sound of soft footfalls announced the invader far too late. My hearing must have been affected as well. I had missed her arrival. The voice sounded feminine. I drew in a sharp breath and lifted my head. No metallic scent meant she carried no metal weapon and wore no armor. Still, that didn't mean she was unarmed. I blinked through the film, blurring my one good eye. Despite my best efforts, it refused to focus. She was a slender, pale-faced blur carrying a lantern of some kind in the darkness of my makeshift refuge. Have you come to kill me? There ends the sample, and here's some info about the author. A reader of fairy tales and folklore, Elisa Rae loves a happy ending. Noble, bright characters, dastardly villains, and chemistry between characters delight her. When she isn't writing, she loves to watch superhero movies and literary dramas. Elisa Rae is the pen name of Rachel Rossano. And that's it for here, for information about the book and author. If you want to know more, check the description box below for information and links. Want more features? Subscribe to this channel, making sure to select all in the pull-down list so you're notified on every video posted. Don't forget to like and share this video as well. Leave a comment too, letting us know what you thought of this feature and if you're going to read the book or not. I seriously appreciate your viewership. Thank you so much for watching.